Brandon Woolvey back here, video blog for 7runningsthezone.com. Both the bowl matchups now known with the Georgia Bulldogs, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Dogs in Orlando to take on Michigan State. Georgia Tech staying home to take on the LSU Tigers. Which of these two teams, Jeff, in your mind, has the most to be excited about?
Well, I don't think there's any question about who's got more excited about it. It's the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets going against the defending national champions, playing at home. It's going to be a packed house. The bowl, Chick-fil-A people do an amazing job with that bowl. Certainly the next best bowl, in my opinion, to the BCS bowls as far as atmosphere goes, as far as a quality game, quality opponents go. Every single year. You've been a part of a bunch of those. I certainly have as well. I definitely think Georgia Tech, ending on a high note, going out, trying to play, going against a allegedly very tough defense, defending national champions. I think that's definitely the more exciting matchup.
I think that Georgia Tech has a lot to be looking forward to with its game, and obviously it's a name opponent. LSU, while they haven't been a very good team this year, they'll feel like a good team because of the atmosphere they bring with them. But I actually think it's Georgia who has potentially the most to be excited about, because right now the Georgia Bulldogs need a win. They need to win very badly. Michigan State, while it's not the most sexy opponent in the world, at least it is a good, quality football team, and frankly...
That you've heard of. At least something you've heard of.
And let's be honest here. A win over Michigan State on a neutral site would be the Georgia Bulldogs' best win of the season by a long shot. This is an opportunity for Georgia to at least feel good about something going to the offseason. So while Tech has the momentum, while Tech has the good vibes, the good feelings, I think it's actually Georgia who should have the most to look forward to with its bowl, because they need something good. They need a positive story, and the Michigan State Spartans give them a chance to do it.
Yeah, they do, but I think regardless of what happens, if they do put a number up on the Spartans, it's still not going to make the offseason any better, because you lose your quarterback and most likely your running back, and you still have some defensive issues that still haven't probably worked themselves out, because Michigan State, they're not going to get any gravitas for stopping Javon Ringer and Michigan State and Brian Hoyer.
If that's true, that's not fair, because Michigan State's a pretty good team. I mean, if the Georgia defense were to play better on New Year's Day against Michigan State, that's not the kind of thing that you can just sort of gloss over in the conversation.
I understand.
That would be a big step-up job for Willie Martinez after not doing a very good job at all in the month of November.
You can't tell anyone from Bulldog Nation that they're going to be jumping up and down because they stopped Brian Hoyer and that offense.
Probably not, but Javon Ringer is one of the best players in America.
He's very strong, very, very strong, no doubt. But they've also the same team that has lost their 3 biggest games as well this year. A good season for Sparty, but not a team that is going to give you any. If you play the Buckeyes, maybe you get a little something. Play Penn State, maybe you get a little something in return. But Michigan State's not going to give you what you need.
If you're Ringer, you have to be just extraordinarily excited about this chance to go up against Georgia, because he's seen what the Randall Cobb, the quarterback from Kentucky, did. Saw what the Georgia Tech running backs were able to do. He must be gearing himself up, taping himself up for a chance to make himself millions of dollars by performing against the Georgia defense.
He can't get out of college soon enough, though. This poor guy is just carried the ball way too many times this year.
And NFL teams pay attention to that.
You better believe it. I got no interest in drafting this kid because he's got 400 carries this year.
That's why I think if Noshawn Marino does make the choice to go to the NFL early, he'll be attractive to NFL teams, because he's a third-year player, but he's only played in 2 of those years. Redshirt as a freshman. He's got fresh legs, and an NFL team can absolutely use him up in 36 months.
That's all they need. I think Noshawn would be the right move to do that. I think any running back who's got a chance, get the heck out.
Let's bounce to the BCS here for a second. I think Alabama-Utah is a much better game than anybody's giving credit for.
I agree.
Utah is a better team than the typical Boise State or the typical Hawaii who gets in this spot before. They're a threat to beat Alabama. I think it's an outstanding football game, a much better choice than Georgia-Hawaii was last season.
Oh yes, definitely. Utah's a legitimate program. They don't have to. They're not a cute little story. This is a very good team that schedules well. They go out and play people and beat people. But I was real impressed with Alabama, watching them in person. Really, really impressed with how they did their business. And there's not many teams in America that can beat these guys.
Rose Bowl feels like a real clash. The Titans, Penn State, USC. It's much better than the Penn State-Oregon State rematch would have been.
Man.
This is the kind of game that you watch on 4:30 New Year's Day. No problem with it whatsoever.
But I would have given the Oregon State-Penn State matchup to get the Texas-USC matchup in the Fiesta.
Not bad. I don't think Ohio State Texas is a bad game either.
But it's not USC. You go with that defense against that offense. That's what you want to see. For USC, beating Penn State is going to leave me wanting more if that happens.
You don't give Penn State a chance to be real competitive?
Sure, I do. But I'm saying, if people talk about this USC defense, about how great they are, only 10 touchdowns all year long, but I want to see them against an offense that means something. Not the Buckeyes without Beanie Wells, without Oregon and any of their quarterbacks, without Cal and anything they've been trying to do this year. I want to see them against an offense that, as a Heisman Trophy candidate, Colt McCoy, and puts up numbers all year.
And finally speaking, the Virginia Tech-Cincinnati game is just a dud any way you slice it. And I hate to be so cynical, and I hate to have the same opinion that everybody else does. It's just a dud any way you slice it.
It really is. And I know there's no bigger ACC guy than I am, and I didn't watch play. I couldn't care less about the Boston College-Virginia Tech game the other night. Could care less about it. Couldn't. And in this game against Cincinnati, there's just nothing there. Nothing at all there. And again, I cannot see myself watching this game. I love college football.
Our bowl watch on 790 The Zone going to be brought to you by Regal Nissan in Roswell all month long. Keep it where you got it on the radio, 790 The Zone, and the website, 790thezone.com for more bowl coverage.
I'm going to grip you up like that cop gripped me up right there, taking me right out of my seat. I almost got kicked out of the dome.
Please don't do that again. We'll see you tomorrow on the radio, everybody.